È vero. Il concetto di gommone è quello di un battello semplice.
It is true that the concept of an inflatable is that of a simple boat, which is suitable for daily use, but also a boat that is sporty and accessible to all. But what if I told you that there is something more? No, I'm not talking about a maxi rib, because after renewing the CAYMAN sport range, RANIERI International launches the new sport touring version. And this is the RANIERI International CAYMAN 26 Sport Touring. Welcome to the Boat Show. So let's get to know this boat right away. Overall length, 7.8 metres, while the maximum beam width with inflated tubes is 2.8 metres. It displaces 1,200 kilos empty, excluding the engine, and can carry 260 litres of fuel and 60 litres of fresh water. The CE certification category is B. The tubular compartments are in total 5, and the boat can carry up to 18 passengers. The Sport Touring range refers to the latest innovations launched by RANIERI International in 2020 regarding the renewal of the sport range, but with some substantial differences. At the stern, 2 platforms merge with the hull. On the left, there is the telescopic folding swim ladder. 2 fiberglass seats rest on tubulars, creating a base for anchoring the collapsible roll bar. Some shipyards prefer fiberglass for the superstructure, yet in steel, as it is here, it's lighter and less weight on top. It equals to a lower centre of gravity of the boat, which in navigation is always a positive thing. The cockpit area is organised with a seat facing forward, which does not extend to the full beam to facilitate the entry from the cockpit to the extreme stern. Then there is a teak table and a rearward-facing position seat obtained from the pilot's seat module. The ergonomics of the helm station is what the shipyard launched with the 2021 revisitation of the sport models. The double sofa seat transforms into a comfortable backrest for when driving standing up. The formwork is in the centre, and in its shape there is a substantial difference between the sport version and the sport touring one. Basically, it is larger, which allows an internal livability. It can be used as a changing room, or you can even install an electric toilet. A stylish touch is the cover of the porthole of the formwork, which grants greater shading to the interior and gives a more aggressive soul to the deck lines. On the tailgate, the forward-facing reclining seat faces the forward sunbathing area, under which there is a counter-printed locker. The winch is visible on the fiberglass tip of the bow. Obviously, I can't wait to try it, but before starting the engines, I want to show you one more detail that I really appreciated. As we said, the arrangement of the weight is very important, even on a small medium-sized boat like this one. The centre of gravity must be as low as possible, and so below the level of the cockpit floor, the shipyard has prepared the compartment for the fuel and water tanks, leaving the stern locker free for storage. Additional space for storage can be found in the drawer under the pilot house and in the convertible pilot seat module. Also, upon request, a drawer refrigerator can be added. The hulls of RANIERI International are famous for the Redan design, but this boat actually has a normal hull without a step. So a classic hull, and I'm really curious to know how it will behave. Let's start to give it some gas and go into ploughing mode. We're at 9 knots and we're out. We are planing at minimum, of course.
Certo, non ci sono gli step, ma questo gommone è stato costruito con dei sistemi.
There are no steps, but this boat was built with systems that only RANIERI International offers, such as the CSA, that is the cockpit shock absorber. How does it work? The keel is welded to the deck using an elastic material. This absorbs the blows of navigation by not transmitting them to the deck, and therefore the vibrations will be less and the navigation will be smoother. Today the sea is quite wavy, and so we will see if this system works and if the navigation is really comfortable, as they say.
Another system
that the shipyard uses to limit vibrations even more is that of the deck monocoque, called the Fully Developed Cockpit System, and consists in moulding the deck, the locker and tank compartments. The starting points seem excellent. Also, today we have a maximum possible power that can be installed on this boat. That is a Honda engine of 250 horsepower. So all I have to do is give it some gas and see if we can confirm the excellent starting point basis. I face the sea in the bow, which is the worst situation for the hull. 25 knots. The bow is very low on the water. I can adjust the balance by using the trim. Trim at 50%. The hull is a lot lighter now. I must say that the feeling I have at the rudder is very good. The hull rests on the water, it cuts through the waves and it does not slam down. It's a smooth navigation. But now comes my favourite part, because the shipyard claims that this boat is able to reach a top speed of 40 knots with this type of engine. So today, as always, I have two goals. First one is to reach 40 knots, second goal is to top that speed. So following sea. Full throttle, up with the trim.
Sul trim, 6.100 giri minuto.
6,100 RPM, we're doing 40 knots. The first goal has been achieved. And now, how much more can we push this Ranieri International boat? Let's work the trim some more. 40.5 knots, 41 knots. Can we top this speed? Let's go and work a little more on the trim. 6,150 RPM, and we hit a maximum of 41.5 knots. Today, I was lucky because these wavy waters gave me the opportunity to really try this boat. And even if the test is now over, I'm going for another ride.